Hello, wild women. Welcome to your healing for September. Well, one of the healings for September. So today I thought we would dig into frustration, impatience, and resentment from expectation. Those are the things that seem to be coming through that dropped in over the last few days as I was cultivating the space for this healing to occur. So frustration, impatience, and resentment from expectation. When I tune into that, I feel it in as tension in the body, just sort of generally. There's that frustration, in tension that comes. It could feel in various parts of your body. So just tune into whether any of those things are true for you. And if they're not, that's okay as well. Maybe you don't want to listen to this healing. Maybe it's not the right time for you. We certainly don't want to call in these things if you don't have them or you're not experiencing them. But that sense of, wanting to have stuff done or having the expectation that it'll be done in a particular time frame or in a particular way, and the frustration, impatience, and resentment that comes from that. That's what we're really talking about. So I feel it in the back body, but kind of across the way from the heart. They would say the heart in the center of the chest. I can feel that on the other side. I feel it as just general tension in the jawline. I can feel it in my hands. It's just a general sort of activation of that. So, and I think at any given time, those feelings can rise and fall, or they can rise and they stay with us. So it's it can be a very different experience. It might be a sensation that you feel in the moment and then you just like relax and let it go, or it may be this ongoing sense of impatience and frustration and resentment that you haven't got what you wanted already. So just for yourself, really tune into where it is in the body. If you need to make a note of where that is, you want to also tune into any other feelings that are coming through, make a note of those. Has it got a color? Is there a shape to it? Is it moving? Is it still? And what's the experience? What's the sensation? Both of the, or what's the rating of the sensation, I should say. So 0 to 10, 0 being not impactful at all, 10 being highly impactful. Where is your experience of this at the moment in your body? And there may be two different ratings. One is what's your experience of this in your feelings, and then what is the experience of the sensation and the rating for that. So it's up to you, but you can rate these things either way. And obviously what we're looking for as we move through this process is for those numbers to change. They don't necessarily always go down, although that is our intention. They may go up, they may drop a little, they may move like this dynamically. But the more clear you are on the rating and the more clear you are on the feeling, where the feeling exists within your physical body, the more able you'll be to recognize change and transformation as it's happened. Okay, so now we know where we're at. We're going to apply the protocol. So I'm going to open the case and we're going to get started. I, Rebel, allow myself to be a pure and clear conduit and connection to all that exists, all organic light source energy, all universal powers, the guardian hosts and crystal star guardians. I now invoke the Christ consciousness within the wild women's life to access pure love and protection. I request for this healing to be in the wild women's highest good and confirm access to divine matrix and protection, divine guidance and blessings, upgraded the DNA 12-strand blueprint and beyond, access to healing and protective words of power in the next universe, activation of the Sephirotic healing forces, activation of spontaneous healing forces, organic light and energy portholes. Permissions are granted for healing to flow through these wild women in this moment in time and forever after. Oh, we already have a nice big energy shift going on there. All right, let's look for the archetype. Archetypes have been coming up quite a lot lately in bits that I've been reading and conversations I've been having with people. So they're a super important element in understanding our patterns and behaviors, our evolutionary stage where we're at. Oh, okay. Well, it's come through as the devil, which is always a potent archetype. So the devil archetype's around greed, power, soulless, dark, negative. So it's quite a heavy archetype. So in the context of resentment and frustration and impatience, it's really showing up around that sort of greed and power, I would say. But it all speaks to, that sort of darkness and heaviness and negativity. So those are dark, heavy, negative emotions, let's be honest. They're not necessarily, they're deep. Resentment particularly runs very deep. It's like I had this expectation and I resent that it is now not being met. Okay, so we've got the devil archetype. We're looking for 2 negative life patterns now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Life purpose. And overwhelm. And so just give you a little more information. So life purpose says you've searched and struggled to know what your purpose is without ever finding it. And overwhelm says your life experiences have felt so overwhelming that you feel like giving up on life. So that really stands to true with the devil, or what we know of that sort of devil archetype around, wanting to keep you stuck in that sort of negative, dark space. Never really achieving your life's purpose. Yeah. And then that just feels overwhelming. And so when we think about frustration, impatience, and resentment, it's like, oh, I might as well just give up. And that's really what the devil archetype wants. It's like, you've just given up on life. I've given up on my expectations, and I'm just now cracking it because it's all too overwhelming that I haven't got what I wanted. And I feel like, what's the point? What's the point is really what's coming through. Might as well just go to the dark side, sell my soul to the devil. Might as well just sell my soul to the devil. All right, negative emotions. It's 8, 9, 10. Yeah, and it's come up as overwhelmed again. The positive emotion of the opposite of overwhelm in emotions is peace. So what we're looking for again is peace. So the opposite of frustration and impatience and resentment is peace. The negative belief system is self-worth. So again, just reminding us that we need to build that self-worth muscle. We're hustling for our worthiness, as Brene Brown says. This is, it's like, I've got to sell my soul to the devil, which might be taking a particular job or doing a particular thing that you don't want to do in order to speed up this thing that you want, because we're coming from a place of impatience and resentment, and we're trying to prove our worthiness. It's like, if I get that thing, I'll be worthy. If I have that attainment that it's not coming quick enough to me, and I'm resenting the fact that it's not coming quick enough to me, I will feel worthy. So our hustling for our self-worth is now actually is the underdriving belief system that we're not worthy, that is now leading us into frustration, impatience, and resentment, and is actually holding us apart from being worthy. And then that's also holding us apart from our life purpose and feeling peace. So it's a big one. And so we've come up with age 11. So just thinking into age 11, if there's any particular story that comes up, or particularly think about things that are going on. 11 is a bit of a transition phase. Some people might be close to moving into high school. There may have been some big changes in terms of where you were living. Might have been some family dynamics going on at that stage. What comes through for you at age 11? Pay attention to the particular story or the imagery that you're getting, the memory that you're getting in your mind, because it's likely that is the thing. And that will give you more detail. Now, if you want to pause this video at this point and make a note of what the story is, to really get it out, let it be expressed. If we were doing this work one-to-one, as I do with my pilgrimage clients, you would be at this point telling me the story. If it came through, you would be giving me some highlights and detail. So if you want to pause this video and do that, please do that. It will really add value to your healing and experience of this process. I'm going to keep moving through the protocol so we can keep gathering more information at this point. So let's come up as soul purpose. Really getting the feeling that the devil archetype and that soul purpose that's just come through is really interplaying here. And it's like you've this resentment and frustration and impatience is actually like a sabotage from the devil to stop you from doing your purposeful work. And you might not even know what that is yet, because that's part of the sabotage. It's come out as buckyballs. So this is an awakening aspect. It says buckyballs, Buckminster fullerene, is the most common naturally occurring fullerene molecule, as it can be found in small quantities in soot. Solid and gaseous forms of the molecule have been detected in deep space. It can be used for targeted drug delivery in the body. It's used in nanotechnology to utilize black goo against humanity. So there's just some buckyballs stuck in your system somewhere, I imagine, by the sound of that. Potentially from a drug that you've taken at some point, not necessarily an illegal drug, but a pharmaceutical medication potentially as well. So we're clearing that today. And purification has come through. So that imprint has made it difficult for your body to purify, for your mind to purify, for your thoughts to purify as well. And it's come through in the root chakra, or the etheric body, of the aura, which is the closest one to our body. And it's come through in the masculine. So you may have some issues with the masculine, which maybe means that you overdo and struggle with just being, because there's been an imbalance in the masculine and feminine pathways in your energetic systems at this point at age 11, whatever happened. And what's coming through is that it may be as pressure was applied, that feeling of sense of like coming to the end of your primary school years and the thinking about high school and the pressure that comes with like being a good student and getting good grades and setting yourself up for successful life. Do more. Maybe there was a lot of activity going on in your household and family, and there was lots of extracurricular things going on, or expectations of particular contributions, or lots of doing. Feels like there's a lot of doing, and that's really set the imbalance in that masculine and feminine experience. And then it's come up as the link chakra and multidimensional self. So it's also almost like this was a point in time where up to this stage you understood you were multidimensional and that you could be and do and exist on multiple planes, or have connection to God, universe, source, to the greater aspects of yourself, and that at this age 11 that was shut down. It's like, no, you are a human in this body and that's all you are. That's it. And I imagine at that stage in life, it's like you kind of moving in, starting to enter that early phase of puberty, and things are starting to change. And so you become much more aware of your body as well, which may lose connection to the non-body part. I hope this is making sense. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And so just, pay attention to that and how you're feeling about that as well. Are you impatient because you're not getting the story or the answers, or it's not making sense? Are you frustrated about that? Is there some sort of resentment because you came into this healing with a particular expectation? Like, really pay attention to that pattern, and as it plays out as well, just really let that go and be at peace with what is, and that the perfect thing will show itself to you, even if it hasn't yet. So when did this happen? So it's coming through at birth. So maybe there was a dance with the devil and the God, that sort of devil and God at the same time. Devil being, and that sort of juxtaposition of what we would describe as good and evil, or physical or non-physical, the duality. And it's come up as a male was involved. So it could be your dad. It might have been something that a male, a very strong masculine male, in close proximity, was involved. Happened at a family occasion. So something around the birth, really, or a celebration just not long after your birth. Yeah, it's come up as ancestral. So this is lineage, so if it's not making sense to you as a story for you, you're not coming through with anything particular, it may be that this is belonging to someone else in your family line, most likely the masculine or the male lineage. And it's come through in, why it happened is negative emotions. So maybe there was some fear or anger, or maybe the frustration, impatience, and resentment around your birth, that is ancestral. Yeah. I've got a very strong story coming through for that just dropped in, making sense around that. Inducement. That's what's just come through. Births needing to be induced. I was thinking about the buckyballs and the drugs that might have been used. Women are induced in birth. So maybe it's not your birth, but lineagely, ancestrally, there were inducements of birth, maybe medically induced, maybe there was some sort of trauma that forced an early birth, or the birth was being delayed and the family was frustrated, or the medical industry was frustrated, and so they induced the birth. Yeah, it has come through very strongly as a physical impact there. And also maybe at 11 as well. So something, like maybe there was a rush to fix something medically, and drugs were used, or, something that could have healed itself naturally was rushed. There's an impatience in the physical form. This does feel like a physical thing, as like the body was rushed. The pill, think about the sort of stuff that women particularly are invited to experience in their life that is manipulated medically, that maybe it's that we can be resentful about, or that other people could be resentful about us for as well. Gosh, I remember sexual partners being like having that frustration or whatever, that you weren't taking the pill. That's just an example that's coming through, because it impacted them. Oh, now I've got to wear a condom. Like, that's a conversation in the mainstream narrative that becomes a subconscious thing as well. It's a curious thing for that to come through right now. But so we are going to do a physical pathway first. So and it's come through with toxins. And so parasite, tapeworms. So it's come through as tapeworms. So it's like super weird. Don't know if you've ever had tapeworm. Tapeworms, probably not something that people in our generation have experienced a lot of. Tapeworms, flukes, threadworms. It's like worms. Might be a good time to do a detox, particularly around worms, or to just worm yourself as well. But we're going to clear it now energetically. But at age 11, maybe there was a worm. You got worms in your belly and it didn't clear properly, or it's left some sort of residue that's then had this physical impact and created all these other things. Or maybe the worming medication that was taken at that time was the problem. It was like, instead of allowing the body to naturally clear those things or using a natural way, we got frustrated and impatient and took the medication. I don't know. I'm really curious for you to share with me in the activity feed what comes through for you in this. I would love that, to hear from you what comes through for you in this healing. Okay, so we're going with age 11, and it's parasite, and it's tapeworms, fluke, and threadworms. So let's do the healing. When I say my name, you say yours in your mind, or you can say this out loud. You're going to repeat after me. I, Rebel, choose to release the parasite, tapeworm, fluke, and threadworm toxin from my body. I choose to have my body physically aligned and release the related cause at age 11, and maybe age 8 too. I now choose to realign, reconnect, and rebalance the DNA in my body so I am free and fully connected to my source energy. Whew, take some nice big deep breaths. All right, now we're going to do the parasitic entity voices. And it's 11, which is gaslighting. So these are the voices that we hear. The voices are capable of gaslighting, causing their victims to doubt their sanity through psychological manipulation. So the devil, that's the devil archetype. Soulless, dark, convincing you of something that isn't actually true, gaslighting you. Resentment, frustration, impatience, not knowing your life purpose, all of those things, if you're hearing that over and over again, is a gaslighting process. So let's work out what they say. $60. Says, how can you be calm when all this crap is happening around you? That's the words. So who can be calm? It says, who can be calm? Who can be calm when all this crap is happening around you? So if you're feeling frustrated, impatient, and resentful of a particular aspect of your life because it hasn't happened yet, maybe the job hasn't arrived, maybe the money hasn't arrived, maybe the people aren't doing what you need or want them to quickly enough, maybe the thing you're wanting, you're buying new house, the land, the opportunities that you've kind of got feelers out for, the new clients, they're not coming, and you're like stressed and frustrated and impatient and resentful, and the voices are saying, they're gaslighting you, saying, see, what's the point? It's too much. You're not even living your life on purpose. And who can be calm when all this crap is happening around you? It starts to give us that very negative lens. So we're going to heal that so you can be free from that and find peace. So when I say my name, you say yours. And you're going to repeat after me. I rebel. Cancel, void, and reject the parasitic demonic entity causing the effect of gaslighting. I rebel. Reject and refuse the lies the parasitic entity voices tell me. Who can be calm when all this crap is happening around you? I acknowledge the lies and deception of this parasitic entity and reclaim control over my mind, thoughts, sovereignty, birthright, and divinity. I reclaim the truth that I can be calm in all situations and that I can be peaceful regardless of what's going on around me. I close all harmful portholes, gateways, grid systems, stargates, and access routes to my energy and refuse any demonic or parasitic entity access to my mind, body, and soul. I choose to live as a sovereign, powerful, divine being and only accept information and connection from the pure organic source energy. I choose to live in oneness with humanity from this point forward. I am blessed and I am free. Deep breaths. Stretch your body. Oh, shake it out if you need to. It's a really good one. You can be calm no matter what. Whew. Nice work. Well done. Okay, I'm going to do a DNA healing and we're going to close the case. I request healing sound frequencies to reconnect and realign these wild women's DNA, RNA, chromosomes, wormholes, nucleotides, and hypercommunication. I request the purification and cleansing process of white and gold, pure organic light, dissolve all negative energies and attachments from this wild woman listening to this. From myself, from our rooms, from the buildings we occupy, from the surrounding areas, anything or anyone affected by this healing. I request closure and disabling of harmful portals, gateways, channels, stargates, NAA firewalls, and access routes to other dimensions and realities, controlling, interfering, or siphoning their soul and energy life force. I confirm the etheric, astral, mental, and causal light bodies are cleansed and strengthened, and that all Sephirotic healing forces are activated and connected to the organic, pure, white light source for the opening of the crystal rose heart and activation of these wild women's diamond sun body. I confirm and invoke Christ consciousness light and request the guardians and angels to pour blessings upon you for all the things you require to obtain soul freedom and sovereignty. I ask that they guide and protect you and lead you on a path of empowerment to assist with the evolution of your soul and humanity. I ask that healing may continue throughout this time and that you may always know you are of divine, infinite worth and you hold the power and choice for your transformation. I confirm these requests have taken place and this healing is complete. Well done. Great work. Thank you for being here with me today through this healing. Remember to be kind to yourself, drink lots of water, pay attention to how you're feeling over the next few days. Reach out into the Wild Woman activity feed and tag me if you need any support or guidance, or if anything comes up that you're unsure about, please let me know. If you've had tear leakage, if you've had feelings coming through for you over this, the course of this healing, please honor that and allow that to be a part of this cleansing process. If you need any support, please reach out and let me know. But trust that this healing is complete and that the information that's come through for you has completed its cycle as well, so that you can be free to move forward. Well done. Great work. I look forward to hearing what this healing brought for you. May your bow be blessed.